What's going on, everybody? Dark Hour 717 here, and today we are going to take a look at Xenothreat 314 with a guide through how to complete this. So before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also follow on Twitch and catch our streams every Sunday and Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So when you first get in and you want to grab Xenothreat, you're going to wait till you hear Commander Dooley come across saying that they need assistance in retrieving cargo from a attacked supply ship. You'll want to definitely go into your Mobi-Glass immediately, go to your general missions to priority and accept that priority mission and track it. Now the first thing that you're going to need to do is report out to Mike L1, and this is going to reset your spawn point, and that's going to be the first instructions that Commander Dooley gives you. Once you get there, you want to get a landing pad. You don't have to actually step foot on the station, just get an authorized landing zone and you'll be good to go.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
And there we go, we have our pad and our spawn point is reset, and we're going to immediately go to our next waypoint, which is going to be at INS Jericho. Now you do have to stop at Jericho before you can proceed to the wreck sites, as it is a mandatory stop. But once you're there, again, you don't have to land. You don't even have to call for a landing pad, as they don't assign them. Once you're at Jericho, you can go ahead and proceed out to the Quantum Beacon or the wreck sites. So the first phase is going to be going through and try and get those cargo from the wrecked supply ships. Now, typically once you get into the area, you'll want to start doing your scanning. Now, this mission can be done in several different ways, as an org or as a solo player. If you're a solo player, you're going to definitely want to keep that in-game chat up so that you can communicate with the other players on the server. If you're going to be doing cargo running, you're going to want to go find the cargo wrecks, and then you can use your active scanning, as you can see here, to find out what enemies there are, because there are Xenos on board, and what commodities are there that you can go ahead and pull. Once you find a wreck, then you want to back your ship up to the main door, at which will be closed, and you'll end up having to go in and open it from the inside. Now you can also do this mission as a support fighter, which we'll get into shortly. We're just going to work our way through the Starfarer here, taking out the enemies. And we're going to work our way down to the cargo deck. There's several different entries. Only one of them will actually gain you entrance to the cargo deck. So you may have to do a little looking around to find the correct one. It's going to be different on each wreck. You're going to find this box here, and you're going to hit the red button followed by the green, and that will open the door. And then you can go ahead and start grabbing the commodities, while your other players who are in your group or on the server are going to be doing fighter support outside the wrecks and keeping the Xenos away while you're trying to load or unload. If you're one of those support fighters, you're going to want to try and protect the wrecks that people are on and getting the commodities out of, so that they can succeed in loading those up and getting them back to Jericho, as that is the goal, so that the Javelin can be repaired and get back into battle. So when you're actually loading these items, you're going to actually have several different types. You're going to have the Acryloplex, which is the blue glow. You're going to have the Diluthermex, which is the yellow glow. And you'll have the Zetaprolonide, which is the green glowing ones. Now these all have different attributes. The Acryloplex is sensitive to being bumped around or mishandled, and the Diluthermex is sensitive to quantum, and the Zetaprolonide has a timer of 24 minutes to get it sold before it goes explosive. So when you're loading these, depending on how many people you have going at the same time, try not to mix the quantum sensitive with the time sensitive unless you have many people loading up the same ship, and you'll make sure that you have time to get it back, because you won't be able to quantum. But you can definitely mix the Acryloplex with the Zetaprolonide or the Acryloplex with the Diluthermex, and you'll be able to sell those, taking them two at a time to up your quantities sold and retrieved. So just load them on the ship, then you're going to get on, And here we have Acryloplex and Diluthermex, so we won't have the ability to quantum. So we're just going to start our slow roll course back to Jericho under our regular thrusters, making sure that we don't engage the quantum drive and risk blowing it. Now, during this time, you're also going to get many messages like what you heard where the Idris is coming to Jericho to attack. Now, your fighter support is going to have to split up. Some go to Jericho to protect it from the Idris, while hopefully one or two stay at the wreck sites to protect the salvagers. Those that are going back to Jericho are going to get into a heated battle with many Xenothreats and the Idris, the goal overall being to take that Idris down. It really is a fun and exciting fight, and definitely if you're doing fighter support, work out with the other people on the server or the people in your group as to who's going to cover what area. When you leave the wreck site, you really only need one or two people there to protect the salvagers. Any more than that, and it's really not necessary. You want everybody else to head back to Jericho to protect the Jericho, because if that takes too many hits from the main gun, then you will lose the mission. Now, the other aspect of this is during the loading procedure, you're also going to get messages that supply ships are currently under attack. And one of the main goals is to protect those supply ships, because if you can keep it from being destroyed, it actually gives you a huge boost on your totals for your commodities that you're trying to get back. So it can actually make or break the mission, and you really will make out in the long run if you can protect that. So if that comes up, a couple of your fighters are going to want to split off to protect that. But as you can see here, we landed at Jericho with our Freelancer Max, and we're going to go over here to one of the struts and sell the items that we have on board. Again, we have that Diluthermex and Acryloplex, and we're just going to exit out. On both ends of each arm, there is a shop to sell these. You just come into the station entrance here, go right up to the terminal, and sell just like you do any other cargo that you have. Now, one benefit that you have to keep track of how everything is going is on your HUD, in your helmet, you'll see this little blurb at the top, which gives you your total count of each commodity and how far you have to go. As you can see, Zetaprolinide, Acryloplex, and Diluthermex are all listed there, and you can keep a live count of what they've received, so that as you get close to the end, you can get exactly what you need to finish the mission out. And what you'll see here is you're going to want to keep doing this over and over again until finally all the needs have been met for the repair of the Javelin, and you can progress on to Phase 3. And there we go. Commander Dooley has now told us the Navy is fully supplied and this phase is over. At this point, you're going to have a short break before Phase 3 starts. Once it starts again, you'll hear Commander Dooley. You'll go into your mobiGlas again, go to that priority mission, and accept the next phase, which is going to be the Battle of the Idris. And this is one of the most fun parts of this. You're going to take on 2 Idrises as well as Hammerheads, and you're going to have the assistance of the Javelin. And this is just an all-out battle royale where everybody involved is just going after these targets. It absolutely is a great time. During this phase, you're going to want to focus quite a bit of fire on the Idris until the shields are down, at which point you can concentrate any of the smaller missiles on it, while your Retaliators and your Eclipses can use their size 9s to help bring those shields down and take the Idris out. As you can see there, some people even go as far as trying to ram it, as you saw with that Caterpillar. Key thing here is avoiding the friendly fire, because it's very easy to get a crime stat if you accidentally shoot the wrong target. And also watch those small Xenos. And there's that amazing explosion. And at this point, now we're going to see the second Idris come in, and we are going to focus our fire on that to work to dwindle that one down. Again, you really have to watch the small fighters because they can overpower you and get you when you're least expecting it from the side or from the rear. Here in this Connie Taurus, I actually have a top gunner with H3D up there, calling out targets as needed, so I'm able to divert to take out smaller targets to ensure that we can get through this mission completely and take this Idris down. We also have other ships from the Auec that are focusing on the hammerheads and other small fighters that are helping to thin the herd as far as the smaller fighters with the Cutlass Blacks, the Vanguards, as well as the Hurricanes and other ships that are there. And you'll just continue focusing on the highest priority, and as you can hear, eventually Commander Dooley will announce that's all the cap ships when the Idris goes down, and at that point it's just cleaning up after the scraps. Take those smaller fighters down, eventually you'll get rid of all of them and the mission will be complete and you will be paid. A good point with this is also to remember that during this whole time, in all the phases, you are actually earning AUEC on a consistent basis as ships get destroyed, as the commodities get delivered. It's an ongoing bankroll of AUEC coming in. So very easy that through one run of this, you're going to earn 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 AUEC. On top of the fun that you're having, it's definitely well worth it. Now, typically, there are sometimes some bugs, you know, obviously with freezes and 30Ks, but it's worth going through the occasional glitch such as that to get through the entire thing, get that feeling of completion. Also, the other benefit is that there are rewards in Xenothreat 3.14 with the CDF bonuses that you'll get based on your rep. You're actually earning rep for this under the CDF title. And as you can see, you build up each tier, and at each tier you get another reward that will be placed in your hangar that'll be there permanently for you to keep, as well as badges for your Spectrum page. Once you actually complete the top tier of level 3, you'll actually have the full armor set, which consists of the Obsidian helmet as well as the Lamont suit and a couple other armor pieces there. It's definitely nice to be able to walk away with something permanently to keep, to show that you've completed this. Though they're not special items specific to just this event, they are items that were on a limited basis previously, and I believe there's also the CDF badge on them. So at this point, we've actually completed Xenothreat. We've been paid. We've earned a nice amount of AUEC that we can pocket for a ship that we want to buy in game, or do some cargo running once it actually gets its free factor. Hopefully this guide has helped you out and you've greatly enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Also follow on Twitch, and don't forget to check out our streams every Wednesday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, don't forget, we'll be starting our giveaways back up on September 1st, so throw comments in there as to what you'd like to see for a giveaway. It has to be currently available in the Pledge store and under $300, and we'll pick something out of the comments if there's enough there to give away for the month of September, which we'll take entries for between the 1st and the 30th of September and award that winner on October 1st. But again, I want to say thank you to everybody for checking out the video. I hope you all have the best time and good luck out there in Xenothreat, and we will catch you next time.